Greetings, dear one. Yes, it is I, Christ, Mary Magdalene, and my daughter Sarah are here as well. We say to you, dear children of the light, that this is a time to return to balance. For as you understand, there has been a great division and separation in human consciousness from the divide and polarization that is occurring upon your planet at this time. Since the beginning of the inception of humanity returning back into oneness, since the great divide, as they say, when the souls were separated from the energy of oneness to begin the cycle of incarnation on this planet. The divide had begun. And now at this time in human consciousness, the division, as it appears to become wider and wider and wider. And yet, this is not of truth. As we have spoken of many times, the new earth energies that are coming upon the planet are creating great harmony, balance, love, and peace. You are not yet feeling it or sensing it in its full realm, but it is happening. And now my daughter Sarah, her energy, her vibration, her frequency of holding the energy of the Holy Grail of the divine union can be brought forth to return to balance, to bring the energy of balance of the original state of grace of the divine spark onto the planet again. And so my Sarah, who has been silent, who has been hidden in many ways, has held her power and her frequency in what we call seclusion, or some may call suppression, for too long. And now it is time for dear Sarah to reemerge, to be reawakened, to step forth and to bring her truth, her light, her energy onto the planet, just as my Mary and I had held the template for the sacred union and the balance for Mother Gaia and all of life. Sarah was created and her frequency, her essence, was that of balance. For she is that divine balance. She is that sacred union. She is the energy of the cosmic Father-Mother essence. And so at this time, as the new earth energies are emerging upon the planet, dear Sarah is now free to bring forth her essence, her frequency, her love, her light. Her messages have been coming forward. Her energy has been stepping forward. Just as in the time where the appearances of my mother, the apparitions, were appearing upon the earth. And then they renewed interest in my beloved Mary Magdalene. And now there is a renewed interest in dear Sarah. And so you see the energy of the mother, the maiden, and the crone. The three energies of the sacred mother, the sacred divine feminine. And so at this time, as dear Sarah brings her frequency and her vibration to help each to return to balance, it is of utmost importance to allow yourself to go into quiet meditation, quiet contemplation, and to merge in solitude, to merge in what we call the void, to enter into this state of grace, where the inner sanctuary that lives inside your being can now begin to fill your vessel. Just as my Mary and I would go into the caves and we would go into quiet meditation, we go into quiet. We would allow ourselves to begin to feel the stirrings of our own soul, the spark of our own divinity, and begin to listen to the still, quiet voice from within. So today is of great importance as you have so much stimulus, so much chatter, so much confusion that is causing division and separation of your human consciousness, the polarization of energies from many factions, many bringing their voices, their opinions, their beliefs, their understandings out into the world. It is confusing, and it is to be quiet, it is to be still. It is to listen to the still, quiet voice from within and to discern that which is of truth. To listen to that which is of truth. To listen to that which is of truth. And as you begin to feel the divine spark within you and begin to listen to your own still, quiet voice from within, your own voice will become louder. Your own voice will become the driving force, as they say, as your higher self and your divine spark guide you and lead you. So there is no confusion. There is no separation. There is no fear. There is only love. So we ask each of you to take a deep inhaling breath and begin to allow yourself to return to balance and merge with your Oversoul into the essence of who you truly are. So I ask you at this time to simply allow yourself to take a deep inhaling breath. And my dear Sarah shall step forward and bring her words of wisdom and healing and guidance to each of you. And we thank you. Greetings, dear one. Yes, it is I, Sarah. I am the daughter of Jeshua and Mary Magdalene. I hold the energy of what is called the Holy Grail, for I am that missing piece, that missing chalice that many have been searching for. Yes, the Grail is I. I am that which all have been seeking, all have been searching from the time of the lifetime of my mother and father. The missing Grail, as they say, that has been elusive. And dear ones, it is very important for each of you to return to quiet contemplation, to quiet reflection, to begin to seek that guidance within yourself, to seek that power within yourself, to begin to feel the strength of who you are, and to feel the glory of love, the power of love, the glory of love, the essence of love. So I ask you to take a deep inhaling breath and simply begin to breathe in this frequency of the white light of God. Breathing in this frequency of the white light of God. Breathing in this frequency of the white light of God. Opening your heart to peace. Opening your heart to peace. Opening your heart to peace. Truly may you feel the love of God surround you, the power of God protects you, the presence of God watches over you wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Opening your heart to peace, feeling the quiet contemplation, the stillness, the essence, the love, the joy. And as you enter into this beautiful state of grace, and allow your heart to open, May you feel the presence of God's living light upon your soul. May you feel the presence of God's living light upon your soul. May you feel the presence of God's living light upon your soul. Take another deep breath. And yes, I, Sarah, step forward. And to bring forth that reunification of the divine spark that is you. Bringing forth the reunification and the union of the divine spark that is you. As there are aspects of your human consciousness that are yearning to return to oneness. But the separation, the polarization, the fear that is happening upon your planet is so pervasive. And yet there is so much love that is being brought forth to all life forms upon your planet. It's why I am returning now to help all to understand how to return to love, how to be love, how to give love, how to grace your energy for others to receive. And so give it to yourself. Give first to yourself as you go into quiet contemplation, giving this energy of divine balance to yourself. Place your hand over your heart and simply begin to breathe in this frequency of balance. Breathing in balance into every cell, every fiber, every pore of your being. Breathing in the energy of balance, breathing in the energy of balance, breathing in the energy of balance, breathing in the energy of balance. Taking a deep inhaling breath and simply beginning to breathe in the vibration of balance. Feeling the presence of the divine spark that you are. Feeling the presence of the divine spark that you are. Knowing that the energies are awakening upon your planet. Just as you've received the message that the Caroline bell towers are now bringing forth peace for all to receive. The vibration is being spread far and wide, and now human consciousness is to awaken to this peace, to this balance, to this frequency. So many have been out of balance, you see, and with your modern technology, with all of the stimulus, the instant gratification of cell phones, computers, telephones, television, all of the technological and electronic devices that interfere with the energy of your electrical magnetic field are causing a scrambling, as they say, in the human brain. That is why it's so important to be in nature. That's why it's so important to listen to the quiet contemplation. Is why it is so important to rest, to allow your body to heal, and to be in a place of quiet contemplation where there is no distraction. There is only love and peace. So yes, it is I, Sarah. I've come at this time to assist humanity to return to balance, to now make the choice of choosing to be at peace or to living in fear and separation from oneself. It is that which my father and mother brought forth 2,000 years ago, for Father was sharing with others how to live in the way, quietly, contemplatively, in touch with one's divine spark. And yet many did not understand this. They were frightened, they were fearful. They didn't understand the God essence was within them. But the energy of Father, Mother, God was their divine birthright. And so they looked outside of themselves to the authorities. That is why my father was persecuted, where he spoke about turning within, listening to the still, quiet voice. being your own authority. And so today you have the same, as they say, problem, listening to authorities outside of yourself, giving your power away to your governments, to your media, to those that you feel are representatives and authorities in certain situations. Instead of listening to yourself and saying, yes, this is my truth. And so humanity has given their power away. And that is what I am here to do. That is why I'm here to help you to return to sacred balance, to return to the still, quiet voice from within, to find your own power, to listen and not be afraid. Quiet contemplation, solitude, listening to the still, quiet voice from within. What does it share with you? What does it tell you? What does it lead you to do? And so today, as my mother and father hold this sacred light of the divine union for humanity, I come now as a strong force field of energy, like a comet blazing through the sky. My energy now comes as a messenger. And those who are ready to listen will listen. Those who are ready to step forward into their sacred power perhaps will not. Some will, some won't. But there is no judgment. It is only choice. And so today, as you feel this strength of your own divine spark now beginning to reawaken, just as I am like a comet that is blazing through the sky, you too on a trajectory to now return to love, to return to peace, to return to balance. It's why you're here. It's why all are here. It's why there's so much confusion and division upon this earth plane. And the separation and the polarization has been created to keep people afraid, confused, and in limbo. But I, Sarah, come to help, to awaken those to return, to begin to listen to their voice, to begin to hear the sounds of peace, and to allow yourself to rest and return to balance. Letting go of the external voices in one's head that are clamoring at you and against you. And begin to listen quietly to your own truth. This is my message. This is why I've come. It's why my mother and father are now here and assisting all to awaken. They have prepared the way. And now, as I have stepped forward to bring forth my message, my love, my light, my healing, I want each of you to begin to understand that it is time to no longer live in fear or in separation or to feel the energy of polarization, but to merge into your quiet space of contemplation, calling your energies within you, and living in sacred balance and union with yourself. As if you're calling all of your energies calling them back home, beginning to listen to what you feel, what you sense, what you know as your own divine truth. This is what is needed for humanity and the new earth energies to merge into peace. This is the energy of the new earth energy. Quiet contemplation. Allowing yourself to turn away from the distractions of the world and living quietly in solitude without the distraction of the external voices that keep you separated from yourself and keep you in fear. And so for those who are ready, I will bring my message forward to them, if they so ask and if they so shall receive. For it is time, it is time, it is time. It is time for humanity to reawaken again. It is time for your humanity to step forward again. It is time for humanity to live in the essence and the truth of who they truly are. And it's through the quiet contemplation of returning to balance and union with their own divine spark that the world will be at peace. And so at this time, I ask each of you to honor yourself, to honor your fellow brothers and sisters, and to live in joy and remembrance of who you truly are, so that you may be at peace and in oneness with all of life. I will step back and allow my mother to speak now. For I thank you for your time. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for your willingness to allow me, Sarah, to bring forth my message of balance. And this I give my grace to each of you. And until we speak again, go in peace. And we thank you, Sarah. And we are grateful. Greetings, dear ones. Yes, it is I, Mary Magdalene. As I step forward, I say thank you for allowing yourself to begin to contemplate, as they say, the message from my daughter. For yes, she is and was that balance. She is the energy that Joshua and I created upon the earth through our love and through our sacred union. We created the vessel of our daughter, Sarah. And so she's that representation within the cover of our book, Divine Union, of the Vesica Pisces, that representation of the womb, of the yin and the yang, the balance. She is that balance. She is the energy of the flame and the spark of the divine God essence. And that is held within each of you. And that is what she is sparking now. That is what she is bringing forward. That is her mission, to spark the essence of balance within you. So your bodies can be healthy, your mind can be healthy, your lives can be in balance. You can have the balance that you seek in all of life. in your health, in your relationships, in your work. Because as you know, the imbalance has caused such distortion in humanity. And you see it, you feel it, you know it. Not only in your own lives, but you see it in the world. And so now, the time is ready. The new earth energies are here. And our daughter, Sarah, can now step forward. She can no longer need to be veiled. She no longer needs to be veiled. She no longer needs to be veiled. You see the energies at this time of people being suppressed or veiled, putting blinders over their eyes, mask over their faces, to keep them silent, to keep them separate, to keep them in fear, is no longer. But the suppression of the energy of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father could no longer be suppressed. Sarah is the representation. She is here. Nothing can stop her. She does not have to hide, just as she had to hide in our time. As many thought she was the gypsy servant in Saint-de-la-Mure in southern France, where we lived, and many worshiped the gypsy Sarah, what they call the servant. It was my daughter. She was not a servant, but in many ways she did serve and was a servant. But she was veiled. She truly is what is known as the Black Madonna, hidden from her power. And now she can step forward. No longer the Madonna needs to be hidden. The power needs to be hidden. And so she can move forward into her rightful place and position. And so this is the message of the day. This is Sarah's reemergence. This is the power and the essence of that which Jeshua and I brought forth. And so we are so proud of Sarah. We are so honored, and we are happy to see the reemergence of Sarah step forward for people to understand her and to reconnect to her and to feel her power and to feel her strength. This is the time. This is the now. This is the time. This is the now. This is the time. This is the now. Prepare yourself to receive. Prepare yourself to receive. Prepare yourself to receive. Truly may the love of God surround you. The power of God protects you. The presence of God watches over you. Prepare yourself to receive. For Jeshua, Sarah, and I are infusing this energy of balance within you upon this day as you go into quiet contemplation and merge into oneness with your own divine spark. Feel this essence. Feel this presence. Feel this peace. Feel this essence. Feel this presence. Feel this peace. And allow your heart to open to the energy of all that is as you feel the remembrance of your divine sacred union. Go now, my children, be at peace, be at peace, be at peace, and truly know that you are loved. As Sarah, Joshua, and I stand with you until you return to balance. We are here as the Trinity, as the energy of Father, Mother, God, and the expression of the great spirit of your divine spark. Now merge us into your consciousness, into your physicality, and into all aspects of your being. Go now, my children, be at peace. And we thank you, Mary, we thank you, Joshua, and we thank you, dear Sarah, for this remembrance and this divine spark. And we thank you for your service unto humanity, that you no longer have to be veiled or shielded or hidden, that you can come forth in your true divine spark as the divine essence, as the missing Holy Grail. We thank you, and we are grateful, and so it is.